African in the world. That new African showed that after all, the black man is managing the whole world.
So, as the purpose was discovered, then you got to the Americas to also discover.
A time of gold.
Welcome back to another episode of the Cruise Line, y'all, man. I'm excited. It's like 87 as we were just talking about. It's hot outside. I'm sweating, you know, just walked into the studio all sweaty and everything. But, hey, it's a good Friday afternoon. We're excited to be here. And we got one of the best fashion designers in Kansas City. You know, I've checked out some of his pieces. My brother sent me some of his pieces on IG. And, man, it's just like progress after progress, and I love to see, man. Welcome to the Cruise Line family, Rez.
Thanks for having me, man.
Yes, sir. Just
so we on a boat.
We cruising pretty much.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah, he got it off right. Basically, two brothers from Ghana. We moved to America, so we hopped on the boat and then crossed. You know.
Yeah. Okay. Wait, I can cuss or I can't cuss?
You can cuss. Feel free.
Okay, y'all blank it out.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
So feel free. You good? Yeah.
But no, that's what's up.
Yeah.
I'm happy. I'm here. I'm happy y'all found me. Number one. I was introduced to y'all platform from you messaging me, and then just looking at how everything is on you guys' platform, like how y'all got it set up, how it's organized, the vibe is what's up. So
yeah,
I'm happy to be
you.
here.
Yeah,
for sure.
You wanna? I mean, hey, we gotta be. You can't not be on point
right.
this day and age. You know
who you want to
exactly
attract for sure. And y'all got a good audience, and I'm excited for this for sure.
Thank you. That's love, man. You want to tell the crowd more about yourself and the whole night. Let me not even ask the questions yet. Okay. So, you know, just introduce yourself to the crowd. And the cruisers,
I'm Sheraz Pompey. I've been designing for 10 years. June 13th actually would be my 10th year I've been designing. So big ups to that.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Started from high school, really. I've had grandmothers, like both of my grandmothers, they have been in the fashion and sewing industry a little bit as well. So I would watch them hem my pants up for school. So that would always be interesting to me. But it took me to take my half semester in high school to really understand, like, wow, this is not something that I know that I could enjoy doing, but it's a passion. A lot of my creativity, because I was a shy kid, I went straight into it. I went deep straight into it too. But because I'm a shy kid, I wouldn't show my creativity through like sports or anything like that. I would just be to myself, an oddball. But like when it came to sewing, it was like I was home and I could express myself. I didn't have people judging me by the way I walked or because I wasn't strong enough or how I looked.
You became bad boy Rez.
Yeah, like I became bad boy Rez at the end. So it was like I was able to zone in and figure out, okay, this is my passion, and just how like you have people that are good with sports and things like that. Like no, I'm good with my hands. I'm good on the sewing machine. Mm-hmm. And then like as I sew, it's therapeutic for me. Like the silence, the noise. Like even when I sleep, I gotta have like a white noise or like rain, some type of noise in the background. So for me, as I learned that it was a passion and it became a dream.
Okay.
As it was a passion. And the longer I kept doing it, the more I became, it almost was like second nature or like a third gift, or it was like just, it became a natural for me.
Yeah.
And like women's clothing is what I started with. Now I do a little bit of everything now besides Halloween costumes. I haven't got a lot of Halloween costume orders, that's why, but I would love to get into it. But like the women's clothing, you could give me a curtain and I can turn it into a dress in 30 minutes. Like that's how good I've gotten.
That's quick turnaround, man.
Yeah, like I've my turnaround from when I started to now is crazy. I remember taking hours and messing up and having to do it over again. Now I could literally whip stuff in 30 minutes.
So you will practice, like
like so when I did my half semester in high school, that was it. Like that's the only professional sewing type of class that I've ever had in my life. So everything from there was self-taught. So Google, YouTube, trial and error. I even took an online sewing class. And they literally would teach you step by step by step how to do the design. So all you do is it's repetitive. You just watch the video. They do one step and then you do it and then you just keep going. So it's like after you do so many of those and then after you have so many trial and errors, it becomes natural to you. And you start to figure out, okay, dang, I should have been doing this differently, or now I can do it this way. I've even found shortcuts on certain things. So it's a life it's like a dream for me.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like my passion. It's what I'm good at. Just how like everybody's good at so many different things. I found my unique, like what's part of me is unique,
Right.
and I've turned it into a business.
Right.
Yeah.
That's dope, man.
That's crazy.
My mic out here whizzing. You want to turn mine down a little bit on that?
What number are you on?
1. I think I'm 1. Yeah, just slide it down a little bit.
Good.
Yeah, that's perfect. Actually, nah.
I do
Your
hear.
headphones or
I
your
do hear
mic?
it too.
My mic, like not my headphones. Yeah, you can hear me like, okay, yeah. There we
That's
go.
your headphones.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. All right, bet. No, it was
Oh, it's because you
whizzing.
ain't got your headphones on, right?
But I still hear. I got big ears, y'all. Like it be like shrieking right in. But that's so dope to hear, man.
Yeah.
So you feel like you didn't have the normal path like everybody else, high school, college, work, you know?
Oh no. So I grew up in a single parent household, as many of us did, unfortunately. But my mom, it was 4 of us, and the crazy thing is we all have different dads. So I grew up in a single household all of my life. My father was in my life, some of it, but because I am gay, and he was religious, his family is religious, like he kind of cut me off.
Right.
So I always had my mom. My mom was like my mom and my dad. And then once I got old enough, it was like I had to teach myself how to be a man.
Yeah.
So within that, high school and then you have middle school, and because I was gay, I didn't know myself. I wasn't always comfortable in myself.
Figured it out.
Yeah, and around the time I was growing up, how it is accepted now, and you can see more of it even on television. It's okay, which is wonderful. But I wish I grew up in this time than what I did,
Back
because
then.
I suffered bullying. I mean, my own father really not understanding me or trying to understand, because our parents, if they weren't taught, then just how we're
How they
growing
gonna
up and we're
pass it to
teaching
you,
ourselves,
yeah.
it's like, so we can't really, it's like you can fault them, but you can't fault them.
Right.
Because wasn't nobody teaching them right either.
Yeah.
So going through that and then losing the father figure in my life. So not knowing how to stand up for myself, not knowing how to really express my feelings, being more on the emotional side anyway. I'm a Pisces.
Yeah.
So if y'all know anything, if y'all into zodiac, which I am, like Pisces are super emotional.
Is that accurate?
I don't know. I'm not.
We go off of emotions.
Because I was
like-
born March 11th, and then I
Wait,
was
so
told,
you're a Pisces?
I was told I was a Pisces, but I'm like, oh, okay. I do.
You know that he's not that emotional though.
It's kind of like, I don't know, maybe I indebted it. Kind of like
Maybe you did. I mean, if somebody makes you mad, like
Oh,
if
I
you,
go off.
Okay, there you go. Yeah,
It is emotion.
Yeah, it's emotion.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you
I'm
are
vocal, like
correct.
yeah.
Correct. You don't mind expressing yourself.
Right, I
And you don't
don't,
want to
yeah.
be judged.
Right,
Yeah. So
right.
okay, we there.
So
I'm
you
more.
loud. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's an emotion too.
Yeah.
That's emotional as well.
Okay. See, I keep
No, y'all
learning
gotta
every
tap
day.
into the zodiac and the energy and things like that. So when's your birthday?
May 8th.
Wait, so you're a Taurus?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So the crazy. Wait, okay. So I don't know if y'all know, Taurus and Pisces, y'all brothers anyway.
Yeah.
But Taurus and Pisces are like this as far as
We were best
friendship
friends growing
and-
up.
Yeah. Yeah, like the zodiac sign. If y'all were to look up Pisces and Taurus, like the best of friends, like soulmates almost. So like that's why y'all get along. That's why y'all understand each other. Y'all probably don't feel judged by each other and stuff like that. You
Oh, no,
probably
we
always had each
get at
other's
it
back.
though.
I mean, yeah. But I
Yeah.
mean, it's the connection between Taurus and Pisces
Okay.
is good. Like nobody can come between it.
Right.
So
yeah.
like that's what's up. So
Okay.
look, we vibing already. See, that's how Pisces. Yeah.
Okay,
So if y'all
okay.
look it up after this interview, and I
Yeah,
swear
yeah.
you put in Google, like you can even turn the mic on and say, how's the relationship between Taurus and Pisces? And they're gonna be like, it's a soul, like it's can't nothing touch it at all. So but being a Pisces, we emotional.
Yeah.
So growing up, being emotional, being gay, like I even went through a period where I tried to hide that I was. And it was hard for me too, because I just my demeanor, how soft I was. I'm soft spoken. Like I'm not into like rough sports. Like I played basketball, but that's about how rough it'll get for me. Like I ain't doing no football or nothing like that. So, but growing up and being shy, I didn't come out of my shell until maybe my sophomore year in high school, where I finally started standing up to myself. I was no longer getting bullied. Like I wasn't scared of standing up or speaking back to people, because how I was growing up, because I didn't want people to know I was gay. I was like isolating myself because I didn't want people to really know who I was. But as growing up and figuring out when you are yourself, you get to gravitate to people that understand you, and that's where you get your friends, you get your best friends, and then of course you got your haters and stuff, but you find the people that understand you and people that won't judge you.
Yeah.
So it took a lot I remember it from elementary school being bullied, middle school being bullied. I didn't stop getting bullied until freshman year and sophomore year when I started fighting and defending myself.
Right.
So I went through.
Y'all was getting into real fights?
Oh, real fights. Oh, yeah.
That's
I mean,
crazy.
not
Y'all
not
was
saying
swinging.
that it's okay. Or,
Yeah.
but, I mean, it's a part of growing up in
Right,
middle
right,
school
right.
and high school. Like, it's almost like how you build a little
I
character.
never got into a high school fight though.
Oh, I got into hella fights
See,
in
yeah,
high
them
school.
Pisces.
I just
yeah,
stay out of the way.
yeah.
I
gotta
get in the way. It's the thing.
Yeah, like I'm the swing first type. Like I don't even want to say that. Oh shoot, but
Like, I
I mean, that
waited
was,
to
that was
pile
middle
up.
school or high school. But no, getting out of the zone of not being afraid of anybody anymore and standing up for yourself is like overcoming so much. Right. But going through that, it helped me build my characteristics. It helped me. I use a lot of that as motivation now because. Crazy thing is, a lot of the people that I grew up with in middle school and high school, when I look at them or they see me, they be like, dang, like, you are not the same Sharez that we knew back then. So it's like, now y'all all want to be my friends.
Fake.
But y'all
bad boy.
y'all used to
Yeah,
talk
bad
about
boy.
me
They want
and bully me
bad boy
in high
Rez.
school. And we can laugh about it now, but in the inside of my
Wasn't- yeah, it
mind,
wasn't
I was
funny.
going through it.
Yeah.
Like, I was really going through a lot growing up. And
Right.
the stuff that I didn't understand. And it's like, you don't understand things as a child. And your parents don't understand either. So it's like you out there
By yourself.
you by yourself.
Yeah.
You figuring it out day by day. So it's like I went through a lot of identity issues growing through middle school and high school because I was one person at home and then I was one person at school. So at school I could be myself, but I still had the bulliers and the people that, picked on you the same. But at home, I couldn't be gay. So it was like that all
No
played
place
in-
to rest your head.
Correct. No sense of normacy, like no really way of knowing how to express yourself or how to even be a child almost, So it's like as I got older and when sophomore year hit, like couldn't nobody tell me nothing. I start dressing how I want to. I got my own job so I can go and get the type of clothes I wanted to dress, skinny jeans and stuff. Because like 2010, 2011, like
Skinny jean era.
being gay wasn't like okay. It was still like, oh, no, you better hide that. You better not speak up. You better not say anything. You better pretend to be something. And it was like, I went to a performing arts high school. So it was common to see another gay person or another person that wasn't afraid to express themselves. So sophomore year, I'm at a performing arts school. I'm around my people. I'm like, all right, I'm going to just be myself. Yeah. So when I had came out, my mother said, I already knew. She said, I knew since you was born.
Mothers know they sons.
Yeah, she was like, I knew since you would put a t-shirt on and wear it as a dress as a little kid. And so it was like, all right, yeah. She was like, let me tell you how to protect yourself, how to be aware of certain things. But with my dad, he was just like, no.
Deuces.
And I hate to say that, but yeah, so my mom was my mom and my dad. And then as I grown up, I've had to teach myself how to be a man.
So you got her a Father's Day gift this next week.
I need to get her something. Need to give her some perfume or something. But no, like that's real life. And that is crazy thing is people say what you go through in your childhood doesn't reflect how you are as an adult. And fortunately it does. It's like you don't know and you have to almost reroute like your thinking and your mindset and how you were supposed to grow up and how things were supposed to be a little like getting a little normacy in your life. So it's like as an adult, it's like starting over again.
Yeah. That's crazy, man. It's crazy to hear your story.
It's a wild journey, man.
Yeah, and this is the first time this is the first time I actually told this story for real.
Well, we have the privilege of bringing you that. You see what I'm saying, y'all, man?
Yeah.
CruiseLine family, y'all got it here first.
No, and I feel comfortable talking to y'all too. And if y'all go back after this interview, this the Pisces and the Taurus.
We gonna look it up, man.
Come on, I know y'all platform. I'm tapping to y'all platform. If y'all know anything about Zodiac, put in the comments.
Let me see
I
it in
hope
the
y'all
comments,
clip this
man.
up. Put in the comments what sign y'all are and tell these guys to get into the energy in the Zodiac.
Hey, man, because we were born and raised in Ghana, right?
Yeah.
So that's
probably nothing over there.
It's like
I didn't hear about it until
but what? We hear
college.
So like it was high school, not really at all.
It was
honestly.
Maria who introduced me to that.
Wait, shout out to Maria.
Shout out to Maria.
Yeah,
Maria
shout
took
out to
this
Maria.
boy on a whole journey,
Maria,
man.
get in the comments. Thank you for introducing the Zodiac.
she
was
was,
putting you up on some good game.
Yeah, like
She
she was
had
a
him-
model and then stuff like that.
Yeah,
was,
so
like,
she had him in a
managing
different,
her.
you know, as a creative,
Yeah.
the atmosphere is different.
Yeah.
It's like
Really
people
is.
don't really understand this, but
Yeah.
like when you're not your typical, just like, okay, going to college, getting a degree. We are getting our degrees in like architecture and visual communication,
Design,
but like
yeah.
it's still artistic.
Yeah.
Your brain has this kind of like part where it's unlocked. You could read shit. Like it's nuts.
It's like I feel like my mind is always.
It's always
Yeah.
spinning.
Always spinning.
Ideas are coming at you. Got to be like, okay, no, we can't do this one. We got to do this one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Maria had him on a whole spiel, like, and she was like, what, 9 years older than you?
No. She was 2 years. 2 years.
Oh, it was 2 years. So she was my age.
Yeah, she's your age.
I swear to God, I
That was
thought
a huge
this
leap.
whole time I'm thinking like she was like hella old, but she had him on a whole creative
No,
journey.
because she wasn't even born in Ghana.
yeah,
She was born in like
London.
somewhere
Was
in
it
Canada.
London?
or something.
Canada? Okay.
So she came to Ghana and like, you know, I was doing like music videos at the time, like getting models for music videos, stuff like that. So when she came, we got introduced. So I was taking her all around because she didn't know anything about Ghana.
Gotcha.
So she put me on that and stuff. But I was like, you know,
Cool.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you, Shawty, but all right, cool.
Right.
Hey, we got a music video to be at. Hold on,
I
let me
know,
run it up real
exactly.
quick.
So
That's crazy.
that's how I heard about it, but I never really got into it too much. Yeah.
I be seeing, Snapchat be trying to throw it here and there a lot,
all the social media platforms done tapped into
Yeah,
it. Like
I see it.
it's a real thing, and if you read it, and you will understand the characteristics within yourselves by seeing it, and you'll be like, oh, okay, so maybe he wasn't lying, and Maria wasn't lying either.
So when did it get big? Like,
What was the first dress that you were like, oh yeah, client's about to roll in?
Okay, so I always have to drop a shout out to Bonnie Monroe. It was the first fashion show I had ever done. She was the first person, I think, to see potential in me and to see like, okay, let me reach out to him because I had just started. This may have been 2015, 2016, but the fashion show was, I think, The Coldest Winter Ever was the name of it. And something like
Coldest
that, or
Winter Ever.
that may have been the second one, or I know it was, she introduced me to my first fashion show I had ever done. And at that point, I had just introduced my design name. It was Designs by Lasan, because Lasan is my middle name.
Okay.
And then I changed it to Sheraz Pompey Designs. But she introduced me to the fashion show industry. She threw her fashion show. She said, hey, I see what you're doing. I see you getting some motion going on. I had just started. She was like, hey, do a collection for my fashion show. And this was the first fashion show she had ever done, too. But she was already established in the fashion industry here in Kansas City. So she had other designers. She had a following already gravitating to the fashion show. So I was like, okay, cool. Let me see what's up. Let me work my skills, work my magic. So I was able to create, I think I did 6 or 7 pieces. And after the show, I started getting orders from it.
From the collection?
From the collection, yeah. People asking me, hey,
Wow.
like,
That's a big show.
what's
Yeah.
up on this design, this dress we seen your work, basically. It was the first time I had introduced myself as a brand to the community.
That's some Bridgerton shit. Shit.
So she was so nice to invite me to it, and she said, hey, rock out. So I was able to rock out. And the crazy thing is, if I look back at the pieces, it's a dramatic difference in my work skill in the 10 years.
Yeah.
It's amazing to see. But I still use some of those different designs in the work today. So it's like I can go back and be like, that's still cold.
It's
Or
gonna work.
like, oh, that piece in that show, yeah, like your skills was terrible. What was you doing?
So you check yourself too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. But I'm able to still relate from when I first started. So that's always like a humbling feeling. Like,
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm still using some of the things I learned from then. But she introduced me to the fashion show, and I did about 6 or 7 pieces. And from there, since then, I've had people inquire with me about making them a custom garment.
Sheesh. I heard because I was checking out your page and your designs, and there's a lot of prom dresses.
Yeah.
So was it the fashion show that linked you to the prom? Like, what's the prom spree? Tell me about it.
when I started the fashion show, I started getting custom orders. And then there were girls that started reaching out to me to do prom dresses because the type of gowns that I were designing at the time were trending as prom dresses as well. Because the girls that I've done prom dresses for do not get the traditional David's Bridal prom dresses.
Switching it up here.
Yeah, like the lane that I'm in as far as prom dresses and the girls that I attract, they know what they want. It's like high fashion to them.
Kind of creating that niche for
correct.
Like if you can't afford it, hey.
Correct. Yeah. Exactly. So it's like the girls that want to look a certain type of way, that want to stand out from everybody else going to the regular department stores, they were coming to me. So they were coming to me with the outfits and designs that were trending, and I kind of skilled myself to do those same designs. Smart And
move.
The crazy thing is I was already creating that same style. So prom, the girls introduced me into a different lane that I didn't know I would even tap into. So when I started getting 1 girl, 2 girls, 3. And I was working full time at that time. I was working at UPS as a human resource service center rep. So I was in customer service. The UPS employees that get an injury, or the women get pregnant and you put them out on FMLA, short-term disability. I was doing that straight out of high school. And I didn't have a high school diploma. I went through a temp service and got the job, and they didn't verify that I had a high school diploma or not. So I got the job. And for me is whatever I put myself to, I'm going to be the best at it. I'm going to be the best for myself at it. I may not be number 1 in the company or anything, but I'm going to make sure I do what I need to do.
The max.
So I was a customer service rep for 2.5 years, but I was still designing on the side. So I was investing in my business by working full-time straight out of high school. I had a 401k probably when I was 18. Wow. And a lot of people don't understand that or get that or do that. They they go out of high school and go straight into college. I couldn't go to college because I didn't have a high school diploma. So straight into hustle mode, straight into work. By the grace of God, I had got a good job to where I met women that had been there 15, 20 years, and I was getting paid more than they were starting, and which was crazy.
It's like work smart, not hard.
You become friends with 40-year-olds and 50-year-olds, the people that have been working at companies for a year, and I just graduated high school. I'm like, hey, y'all, what's up? I'm like, let me make sure y'all don't find out I don't have a high school diploma.
Right. Keep that on the low here.
Right, keep it on the low. So they never found out, and I was there for 2.5 years. I got converted over to a full-time employee from the temp agency I had started with, because a lot of companies, they do temp services and then they hire you on permanent after a probationary period. So after that, once I was official, they call them a UPSer. As a UPS employee, you're a UPSer.
Okay.
It's crazy, right? I'm a UPSer. But I got the UPS pay now. I was getting insurance and benefits and everything. So I was like,
set.
I was set. I was like, I had just started designing. I was building that, and I was working for another company. So I was cool. So 2 years went by. My designing
just elevating
was still, it was climbing. Like the trajectory went from not having any clients to the fashion show and the prom to I remember when I told myself I was charging around the same amount of a full week's paycheck was.
For one.
And I was like, oh my gosh, wait, this is something here.
UPSer gonna have to be a quitesser on that job.
I said, let me figure out what's going on here. So it got to a point to where I needed to work my full-time, part-time, and I needed to do my business full-time. And I introduced that to my HR manager at the time, and she was like, we don't offer any part-time. So I'm like, okay, let me see how far I can, rough this and tough this out by doing both. And I had to choose. It got to a point to where I had to choose guaranteed income or take a risk and do your passion. And, and it's like when you have your own business, you have slow times.
My God.
You don't know. So it's guaranteed, but sometimes it's not guaranteed.
It's not, Seasons.
So it's like, okay, well, let me see what I can do. So I went out on a stress leave. And I actually was stressed at the time because I was trying to balance the two. And working at that company and noticing like I can put my all into my own business. It was becoming like a push and pull. It was like you got to choose one. It was like you can only do work hard so much until like your mind is like
it starts to get on you.
Yes, it was like a tug. I could feel it in my brain. Like going into work sometimes I would just be like, come on, what are you doing? Like my mind, like how we are created, like your mind is
Spiraling.
still focused on what your true passion is. So I'm like, nah, I can't do this. I remember going in, I probably was at work for 2 hours. I was doing customer service. I had got a call and I was just like, I don't want to do this no more.
I'm out of here.
I'm out of here. I went to the HR office and I said, I think I'm ready to quit.
Did they say,
I didn't even give them a 2 weeks notice. I just went in and I think I had got a couple bad calls that day.
Can't you get sued for that?
No. You can't.
Okay.
You just quit.
Oh.
So I mean, like you just.
So you don't get like
you don't
letter of recommendation.
No, like
that.
you don't get no
You just know it's
unemployment.
done.
Like if you go into work and you say like I'm done today, like of course I lost my vacation time and things
Benefits
like
and
that.
stuff. Yeah.
But yeah, I just went in and I was just like, if y'all not gonna offer part time and not understand my situation and like my passion is bigger than this job because y'all gonna get somebody in this seat tomorrow.
Easily.
And my business, like as time goes by, the more I'm working in, y'all are already billionaires and trillion. UPS is already a trillionaire company, so they're gonna lose me and be like, oh, okay,
next,
another person, next, exactly. So it's like, but my business, no, I'm still building that. So you wouldn't give me part time? All right, I'm quitting. So I quit. And the crazy thing is when I took that risk and quit my full time job, that guaranteed income, I started getting more clients. Like nothing in my mind said you struggle and go back. What I put my passion into and my all into when I had took that risk, any bills, anything that financially responsibilities that guaranteed income was taken care of, my passion took care of that. So it was like, all right, well, I'm gonna put my all into. I'm already getting paid. I was getting paid the paycheck I was getting off of one dress at that time. So I'm like, all right, what if I get 2, 3, 4, 5, 15?
Right.
Bye. That's how I looked at it. So when I took that risk, my company began to be, grow and build, and I was able to put my all into it and to grow my company. So from there, I hadn't worked another job until COVID hit, and COVID almost wiped everybody out. Almost wiped me out. Like
ain't nobody wearing no dress to go nowhere.
But correct. So I'm like, I wound up working at Amazon. Amazon, like
you some pajamas though.
You could have made something.
Nobody was buying anything. Trust me, you can get a pajama set on Amazon that's cheaper than coming to me. And
Big
getting a
Red's gonna hit you with that $2K.
$2,000 pajamas.
Hey, it was COVID. You was paying. Okay, if you was getting something made, you was paying.
You was paying for sure.
Correct.
Yeah.
But nobody was going out. Nobody was doing anything for about a year and a half. Kids wasn't going to prom for 2 years. So I worked Amazon.
Damn, that 2020 year, they missed their prom.
They missed their prom. I think almost 2 years in a row.
Wow.
That's
so
crazy.
I was not like, prom is my big season.
Yeah.
Like that's where my creativity, I'm able to really, go crazy. Like the kids come to me with all type of ideas. So, but hell, everybody took a hit during COVID.
Right.
So that was a major hit for me. And I just went and worked at Amazon. Like I don't mind like if things ever get slow, like
you gonna make it happen.
I'm strong. I'm a young man. Like we still all young. I'm gonna just go and work. I don't ever look at it as I have a business. I can't go and work for somebody else. Like if times get rough, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Still got bills to pay.
And I learned that from my mom because as growing up being a single mother, she hustled every day. Like we never not had a place to stay, never not had a place to lay our head, never had not food in our mouths and stuff like that. So like the hustle aspect I got from my mom all day long. So like I carry that within every day now. And being an entrepreneur, you have to know how to hustle. Like y'all hustle every single day. Like y'all minds, you thinking of new ways to make money, new ways to market differently, new ways to start a new trend on social media, new ways to be a leader. And, we leaders. Like we not followers. And a lot of people in life, and I wish people would tune in and think like this. Like a lot of people in life aren't meant to be leaders. People are meant to work for other people. People are meant to be assistants. People are like, there's different aspects in life that people are meant to be in. So it's like some people like we leaders. So it's like that's why our minds are always twisting and turning because we're trying to find a new way to start a new trend or, to introduce something new to the world. Because every day we like are so unique. We trying to find new ways to show something different.
Facts.
So I went through all of that and here I am.
I'm great. We glad you did what you had to do.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Because we're into fashion ourselves, and we were just telling you off camera that we started our brand in 2016. we kind of had a different route. It is crazy that it actually started from music. So that's how we always kind of knew we were always in the creative space. From like, we had a dance crew when we were kids, about like 6 or 7. You know what I mean? I still can't believe it because I'm like, I can't dance.
Wait, but everybody in your country, y'all have the best rhythm. Like, I think rhythm originates from your country.
Yeah, Ghana, Nigeria, we do got.
Yeah.
It's like, it's trendy to dance.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
you're the cool kid if you could dance.
Yeah.
Here, you're the cool kid if you play football or basketball.
Right.
Back home, you're the cool kid if you could dance.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we had
Back
dance
then,
crews.
back home.
Yeah, YouTube
but
was
right
picking
now.
up.
Yeah.
So we created a channel, you know. I'm not going to say what it's called because I know y'all going to find it.
They gonna find it. I know.
They'll find it for sure.
But we had a dance crew, you know, that happens. We really thought we was about to be the Jabberwockies or something.
That's crazy because I would watch America's Best Dance Crew all
That's
the
what we
time, and
seen
they were
them.
cold as
They were cold.
Crazy.
Cold.
It was
We
crazy.
mimicked a lot of their routines and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, that happened. And then we started learning Photoshop and stuff. And then a dude from London comes to Ghana. And he's supposed to be like a mentor. And like we were in, was it junior high? High
school, yeah.
He's supposed to be a mentor. And he learned how to make beats. So he taught me he taught all of us, matter of fact, how to produce. So I realized I got good at production. But they had the voice.
Yeah.
So then we dropped a goofy song. And it blew up.
Crazy.
For real?
So we like, oh, like you're getting gigs here,
go.
you know, little money.
And this was
coming
all
in.
while in Ghana.
In Ghana.
Yeah.
This is all in
Wow.
Ghana. So
High
this is like
school
a lot of
Ghana,
local
yeah.
schools picking up. High schools are calling you like, hey, can you come do this song for us? We'll give you 1,000 CDs. And 1,000 CDs to kids at the time was like $1,000.
Right,
Like, what are you
right.
going to do with that? You don't pay rent or nothing. Picks off. After that, we're like, all right, what's next? They were like, oh, do you guys have a shirt that says the thing that
Alpha
Juice
Gang
said
logos, stuff
on
like
it,
that.
whatever?
Yeah.
And we started dropping the tees. And then next thing we see designing and it's just,
Yeah.
ripple effect, you know.
Y'all started
but
the trend.
it
Y'all
just, I
was
guess so,
trendsetters.
you know, yeah. So
Yeah.
it was cool to see and then move to the States and kind of like continue it, you know, not just like, oh, we left country, so you got to just like stop or something, you know.
Exactly.
But what I really want to ask is, because, for example, we had a few of the bottle girls here. They talked about their biggest tips. What's the most expensive dress you've done?
Oh, wow. So the most expensive dress, I believe, would have been a prom dress.
Okay.
I think I may have done it this year, and I think it may have been like close to $2,000 for a prom dress.
They gonna wear that dress once.
One time. But a lot of the kids, and what I've been going through a little realization and within myself and looking at myself like, okay, you good, like you can, like you good at what you do.
Right.
Some of these kids are purchasing their dresses and they're selling them after they wear them to other prom girls. So they making their coin back
yeah.
that they spent.
This
which
guy out
is,
here, Bitcoin. This guy out here creating a
like,
cryptocurrency.
they may not, and then some of them may not sell it for what they paid for, but they are reselling their prom dresses.
See, them prom dresses got a stock price.
I'm telling you,
wild.
like
Hey.
they making their
Right.
money right back. And a
Right.
lot of these kids, the crazy thing is if their parents don't do it because the kids are so headstrong on how they want to look, they working full time, they working part time, and paying for their own dresses.
Yeah.
So, which is what's up. Like, hey, you got a vision.
Invest in yourself.
Correct.
Yeah.
So, like, they making their money back basically that they worked a couple months for, or worked 2 months for. They making it right back by selling it.
Right.
But yeah, I think it was like $2,000 some dollars. And my wedding dresses have been close to that range, but I've gotten more bridesmaids dresses orders than I've gotten wedding
dresses.
orders. Yeah. But now as of like recent, I've gotten more wedding dress orders than I've got bridesmaids orders. So yeah.
So seasons.
Yeah. So I'm like as an entrepreneur, like it's like you never know what is going to be the focal point in that time frame. And that has to do like because is when prom went away with COVID, weddings went away too. Weddings got pushed back a year, 2 years, or people were doing really small
gatherings.
really small gatherings, not huge weddings. So huge weddings didn't come back until a couple years after COVID was, you know, I don't want to say over with because COVID is still here. And so now it's just like we catching a cold. It's like, oh, I didn't catch a cold. I got COVID.
Yeah.
But yeah,
we're used to it.
Right. And which sucks, but yeah, so prom is my deal.
Right.
In Kansas City, like prom is when I go crazy.
I heard of you through like from prom. The prom dresses, you know. It was like
I heard it before, but I didn't
know how big it was.
I didn't,
you know,
I didn't put a face to the
prom is like Met Gala for kids. Like,
Yeah.
you talk about wedding is important and how much people put into weddings. No, people are renting Bentleys for prom.
I was just about to ask you. I was getting to that question. How do you feel about? Because my prom, it wasn't like that. Especially in Ghana. I took a Elantra to prom. A little Hyundai, call it a day. Whoop whoop whoop. We rolling up, playing some local music.
I didn't buy no new suit.
These kids got on the Bentleys, the Ferraris.
I rented my suit and hot glued some ruffles onto my shirt.
To make it work.
To make it work. I was not designing when I went to prom. That's why if it was a time machine invented, I would go back with the same skills that I had. Or I would just rather go to prom as a teenager now because I would.
Oh my God!
I'm so mad.
It would be fair game though.
Yes.
It would be fair game.
I wouldn't even know. I would just go crazy. It would be no fair game for anybody at my high school. I would go crazy.
You would eat them up. Oh
I would eat them the hell up. I wish I could go back. I wish I was designing then. I was hot gluing then.
Yeah.
I wish I was designing because I would. Talk about going viral. I would be going crazy.
Yeah. What you think about the kids now with the Bentleys, the Lamb trucks?
It's crazy. Like, I feel like I can't say nothing wrong to it because I've been a part of the craziness.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, you want to go crazy for prom?
Go
All right.
crazy.
Like, I've done freestyle dresses for kids. Like, they come in for consultations and they be like, what you think about this? I'd be like, nah, go crazy. Or when kids come in and be like, it's my senior year, I'm like, we about to go nuts. It's kids that come in and be like, it's my junior year, I want to go nuts. Like, junior year and they want to go nuts. I've had girls come in their sophomore year, they eaten all 3 years after that. Like, it's crazy. Like,
that popularity contest going up by the
crazy.
decade.
I had kids one time telling me, like, because in some of my fittings I will post a sneak peek. Because for like 3 months of the year, it's all dedicated to prom.
Yeah.
So like I don't take any other orders, no birthday orders, anything else. So like I see kids for 3 months, and I'm not even working in the school district.
Right. Oh my
That's the real
God.
prom king.
Yeah. Oh God. Give him his crown.
It's like I'm around kids, so many kids. So it's like you start to promote like prom dress. So I would some kids would allow me to post like little fittings and like
because they don't want to let everybody know
and
what
it
they
got so
on.
bad to one time. Like I remember girls was telling me they were wearing gloves at school during like when it was like a day away from prom because they didn't want the other girls to see what their nails looked like. They were wearing gloves at school.
Charlie Ghana, you didn't hear this.
Oh my gosh.
Gloves
because they didn't want the other girls they were in competition with to see what nails they were wearing.
Competition though?
I mean,
who gonna win best dress?
Who gonna be the baddest bee?
Who gonna be the baddest high schooler? That's why prom right now is like it's on the Shade Room. It's on all social networks. I was watching the news the other day. They were still talking about prom in Miami because in the Midwest, prom is April, early May.
Yeah.
In other states, it's June.
Yeah.
So prom is still going on while we talking right now.
Yeah, because I saw it post and I was kind of confused because I was like, wait, I swear to God, prom just finished.
And it's been 3 months. So it's like between the 3 month period between the whole nation, people are going to prom.
You getting orders from other states too?
I get orders from other states. Most of my orders are local.
Okay.
But I do get about, like this year, I may have got 10 out-of-state custom orders. And all they do is, this crazy thing is, I've never had any issues as far as fittings or anything as far as dresses with my out-of-town clients.
Yeah.
They send me their measurements. Sometimes I even have to video chat them and show them how to measure themselves, which is always good. But I've had not any issues. Once they've gotten them, they try them on, they go to prom. That's it.
Wow. That's
so like
insane.
the girls here in Kansas City, like they take advantage having
you
me
here,
having me here. It's like, hey, you can change this.
Right.
It's like, yeah, I can change it because you here.
Right. We can make that happen.
It's
real
like,
quick.
hey, of course I'm gonna change it. I don't get my other half until it's done right. So
Oh my God, that's crazy.
But no, it has like prom is like how the wedding industry is like $1 trillion billion industry. Prom is becoming that same deal because it's so important to kids and kids have a competition. Like this is a part of growing up now.
It is popularity contest.
People aren't renting suits no more. People are getting custom suits made and renting Bentleys and Ferraris. So
Ghana, they took the prom to college to up.
Ghana's
What happens
on a
is
different level,
if you go crazy on prom, your college life and Snapchat and everything got to be on point.
It's lit. Like people
Like,
expect
they're
you to go
expecting
crazy.
you to go crazy, you know? Because I keep seeing like some of my friends and me personally, we chop it up on the game or something. So I'm like, Nigga, I know you ain't got that. Like, what's this post? What you talking about? He's like, bro, you know we got it. Like, they watching. I'm like,
They
relax,
watching,
bro.
They've been watching since then. Like, it's
That's
crazy.
insane.
People expect you to raise the bar every single time, and a lot with these kids, like. Every year they're raising the bar. You would think the kids was going to the Met Gala. It's crazy,
insane, bro.
And it makes me exciting because I didn't have those moments growing up, and
You
because I didn't have
providing it for them.
Yeah, like I'm living it through them.
Right.
So that's why I'm like, because when I'm 30, I'm just turned 30 this year. But it's like I'm understanding what my purpose is.
Mm-hmm.
And looking back at the kids and seeing how happy they are coming to me, and even seeing them doing their fittings, and I've had parents cry, kids cry. It's like because prom has turned into a whole deal.
Yeah.
And kids, like, some kids go for prom queen, prom king. So like they look forward to what they're gonna look like, and it's important to them. And some kids, people don't get married in life. Right. People go through different avenues as an adult, so they want something to look back to. Like, yeah, so prom is like
I put on a wedding dress.
Yeah, it's like before a wedding, it's like, oh no, my prom. Did you see my prom dress? You think I'm gonna settle for this for my wedding dress?
You
tripping. No. So it's like, yeah. So it's like, fellas, watch out, because these girls with their prom dresses, they talking about being in your pockets for the wedding. They in your pockets for prom.
These girls different now, man.
I've had girls tell me they are not going with their date because their date is not stepping how they stepping. Yeah. Like,
so what they tell them? Hey, I gotta go.
I'm going by myself. I'm going with my girlfriends. Like, back in the day, we all had
That's
prom
what I'm
dates.
saying. Yeah.
I'm gay and I had a girl prom date.
Right. So now
then.
it's not even. You don't even need a date.
So now, like right now, girls are going by themselves, or they're going with their best friends, and they all are cold. It's a whole row of girls, and they by themselves.
Feminism trend, they showing up like the
I'm
Avengers.
telling you, coming within the next presidential election, we gonna have a female.
Yeah.
president.
Oh, eventually. Yeah.
It's women that you know how like back in the day, women were afraid to be leaders.
Now they ready to go.
Oh no, they beating us up.
Yeah.
Like it's like women like, oh, I ain't scared to whoop your ass.
Right. They gonna show up.
It's like they not saying I'm gonna get my brother. It's like I'm gonna whoop you. I'm gonna show you what's up. So it's like the women empowerment is
next level.
It starts from like high school. Like high school, I remember that's when I got my personality. So like girls, and high school girls is paying for their own prom dresses. So it's like they getting their mindset in there early. So that's
insane.
It's insane for real. It's insane. Like
we like the flashback.
Yeah. I need to start making some prom dresses, bro.
What about the dudes? Do we you can't just step for the females, man. You gotta show for the brothers, man. Like we gonna get a suit eventually.
So like I do get men's orders, but I get more female orders. Like it comes really natural to me. With guys' clothing, for me, like it takes me longer to do men's clothing than it takes me to do women. Because you have to be precise with men. Like we don't everything like even suits. Like I do suit patterns and I do suit tutorials and things. Like they're all like within one. Yeah. You're doing the same thing over and over.
Right.
Yeah, so everything is precise. Like it has to fit right. So with guys, I've always not have a difficulty, but it has been more challenging. I've had to put more work into it. Like I've had to do a suit class in order for me to do suits. I didn't have to do a dress class.
Right. It just came natural.
It just came natural. I just throw down I could lift up this carpet right now and make a dress out of it. Like it's crazy. But if you told me to do a suit out of it, I'm gonna be like, hold on now. I don't know if I can do it. We gotta get a I need a week at least. But like it just has came natural to me. And women in general have always been a safe place for me, and that always goes back to childhood.
You said your mother and grandmother, right?
Like that's always been safe for me. So I've always been able to cater to a woman's needs as far as appearance and their confidence. And like I see a woman right now, and I could look at a homeless person and give them a compliment on something that is good about them, and that's just me. But I do everything that I have made myself. Like I went to a Beyonce concert and made my own outfit. Of course I had to.
You had to step.
I had to show out for Beyonce, but it was when the Renaissance where everybody was wearing chrome, so I had to show out. But
the recent one in Kansas City.
Oh yeah. Her last tour stop. I
see so many Kansas City.
I went crazy.
I was like, they was out here like
we was stepping, and people as the concert started, the end of the concert. The fashion game, like when it first started, it was like the Beyonce concert. At the end of it, it was like the Beyonce concert / a fashion show. Right. People were looking for like, what you gonna wear in chrome? So I snapped for sure. But like, that's what the things I make myself is my men clothing. Like the unique style and things. Like I've done suits. I've done prom suits, stuff like that. So yeah, I do cater to the men's, but women, I attract the women more.
Yeah.
And that's all from, I feel like, from childhood.
Right.
Yeah.
But I do a little bit of everything.
Yeah, and we see. I mean, the jacket you
I mean,
got
this
on
is a
right
vest.
now.
This is a Chiefs. This is a Chiefs
Yeah,
vest. Like
I've seen a few of them.
Yeah. Like I've done Chiefs jackets. Like I went viral over Chiefs jackets.
Right.
We was about to ask about
Yeah,
that.
because we seen a little
Man.
controversial stuff going on.
Man,
but
it was
what's all that?
crazy.
like in my opinion, I'm kind of like, I mean, if someone feels like they set the trend or created
They don't
something,
know the story, so he's
okay, well, yeah, catch him up and then
So the story is, and
he
I
had
try
to
to
take
make
his
it.
glasses off for
I know
that.
that one. I had to let the people see like my eyes for that one, because like how it started was Kristin which the original designer. I wish I could pronounce her last name. I'm so sorry, but she was the originator. Brittany Mahomes and Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift,
yes,
yeah.
were in the jackets. Cold, like one of the coldest things. It was viral.
Yeah, I remember seeing
So
them,
people
yeah.
in Kansas City, as she set a trend, people gravitate to the trends. That's normal. That's from back in the day. Like that's why things recycle themselves. And I wish people will get out of the mind frame of
Inspiration.
Yeah, it's inspiration.
Yeah.
So she set that trend. Cold as hell. So people in Kansas City was like, well, who else can make?
we get?
She
They trying to
wasn't
get
selling.
some.
She
Yeah.
wasn't selling them yet or
Is she
anything
from
like
Kansas
that.
City?
The original designer?
Yeah.
Oh no,
she's
she's
not from Kansas
She's
City.
not.
Yeah.
She's a Taylor Swift fan.
No,
No,
I think
she
there's a
was-
game, like a rivalry game. or
She is
something.
a wife of an NFL
NFL player. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So she was already designing things for the sports industry in general.
But for the people up there.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, she was gifting these different vests and jackets to the different NFL players or celebrities because she's an NFL wife.
Yeah.
So it started from then. So once Taylor and Brittany went viral, people in Kansas City was like, "Well, she's not
You want
selling
some
them,"
of that,
or
right.
they were imagining like her price range would be astronomical because she's already up there.
Yeah.
So they were like, which designer in Kansas
we
City
get
can
it?
make
Yeah.
them? So my best friend Pinky was like, Sharez can make those jackets. At this point, I'm 10 years in the game.
Right.
Like,
yeah,
so
you can
yeah, I
make
can
them
make
jackets.
them.
Yeah.
So I had never had experience with jackets or anything like that. That wasn't my forte. Dresses wasn't my forte.
Right.
But I got the skill so I can do it. So I was like, all right, I seen her status. People under her post was like, he can do it.
They
And
was
the other
hyping you
designs
up.
was like, no, I can do it. And in my head, I wasn't even thinking about it. But I was like, I already know I can do it.
Right.
So I did it. And I had already been doing news interviews for fashion segments because I'm a designer.
Right.
And like I've been 10 years in the game. So people trust my fashion expertise.
Right.
So after she did it, I had already had a news interview where I was not critiquing, but I was judging or expressing or talking about the viral jackets already right after the game. So the game was Sunday. I had a news interview Tuesday to talk about the jackets because they had went viral. So it was a
Right.
fashion segment on, KCTV 5.
Like an opinionated kind
Yeah,
of segment?
it was like,
okay.
it was like,
what do
hey,
you think?
we're talking about fashion, so
Right.
let's get the fashion designer. And I was talking about it with another fashion designer. So
right.
it was just like a regular
Yeah.
fashion segment. So I was like, I can make a jacket, show my expertise off, show my work off, and I can talk about where I got the inspiration from. So
Win-win.
it all
You
lined
gave
up.
her credit.
Yeah.
It's not like he's like trying to
That's
pick
how I
on-
looked
yeah.
at it when I was like, oh, y'all are inviting me to talk about her viral jackets.
And you're from Kansas City.
born and raised.
So it's not
Almost
like,
got mad. Like I was about to
yeah.
get mad. Like
Like,
this
I'm
my
born and
city.
raised.
That's right.
I walked the streets of Kansas City.
Right,
like
right,
I
right.
was born in inner Kansas City,
Right.
not the suburbs. I
Right.
was born in 64130.
What
Right.
you know about 6413?
What you know
Like-
about the 816, the show me state?
They
Like
tripping.
no, like the same people, same sidewalks people walking on in the inner city, like in the hood. I grew up in the hood.
Right.
Like I wasn't no suburbs. 64130.
Right.
That's it. When
Right.
people hear that, they're gonna be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, like he know what he's talking about. Yeah.
So like when she did that, I got inspiration from her. Like people get inspiration from different designers. I
Everybody.
still get inspiration from Gucci, Alexander Wang, Alexander McQueen, like the runway shows. Like
Yeah.
you get inspiration, and
Yeah.
it for me, it's not. It get inspiration for me to copy. It get inspiration for me to excel my mind frame.
Like open it.
It expands.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, I didn't think of that. So let me see from there what else I can expand from that. So that's how I look at it. So when I had the news interview, I just did the jacket. I got a pattern from Joanne's, and I just followed the instructions, did the jacket. I did it the night before my news interview. It took me 6 hours. I didn't finish that jacket until 3 o'clock, and my news interview was at maybe 7 or 8 o'clock.
Ready to go.
So I took a quick nap. My partner got me up. He said, "Hey, wake up. You got this news interview.
Gotta go handle business.
You got to go handle business."
Yep.
But I had did that jacket to show homage to that designer because it was still going viral. Like it went viral for a long time. A long time up until she got her license and from the NFL to promote her and to correct. It was viral for a long time. So I was like, let me pay homage. Let me show her like
show respect.
Show respect. It's like, hell yeah. As a designer, like I got it out the mud. Seeing how she I don't want to say was like got that opportunity, like she did what she was supposed to do. She profited off of it. Like that's her passion.
Right. So
she found her niche, what she was good at, and she did everything that she was supposed to do. So for me, it was let me show y'all, let me pay homage, like let me show y'all my jacket. Yeah. So it wasn't copying at all. So when I did it, I wasn't expecting any backlash from it. I did it to show her support and to show like when we went on there, when the news anchor Jillian that invited me, she was like, "Oh my gosh, you're wearing the a different version of it. You're wearing your version of the jacket that she designed." She was like, "So what went into making it?"
Oh, that was the
and I was
first
like,
question.
"So much went into making it."
Low
Like
key, Jillian knew what she was doing.
Yeah.
News anchors, man. That clickbait.
So it just lined up perfectly. But they didn't know I was gonna come in with the jacket on. But when they saw me, they were like, "Oh my gosh!" So I'm sure in their head as news anchors, you're like, perfect.
Yeah, they was like, "Oh, this gonna be
teased.
Like everybody gonna get a piece of this one." Yeah.
So it's like she was able to ask me questions like, "What went into making it?"
You're talking about your jacket now.
Correct. So it's like, hey, yeah, her jacket, but this is how hard she had to work for it. This is the work that she had to put into. There's interfacing, there's batting, there's so many different materials. So you have the jersey, you have a lining, and you have the batting, and so it's like 5 different materials that you're putting in to make one jacket.
Yeah.
So it was like, I was like, wow, like she really did her big one on that. And people took that as into you're stealing. So from that news interview, I had people asking me, let's buy your version. Not let's buy her version. Let's buy your version that you made. So I was like, okay, well, let me just go on. And so I had got inspired from her version, but I had made my own. I had added so many different things. Like it was my own.
Yeah.
So people started asking me and I started accepting the orders. So there was a lot of backlash from how much I was charging, and there was a lot of backlash from people saying that I was stealing her idea. So I had to go as far. Look at y'all eyes. I hope y'all clip y'all. Wait, you gotta clip how both of y'all faces went to like.
She was like, "That's bullshit."
Like what? People were mad from how much I was charging them because they thought I had stole her idea. I didn't steal her idea. I got inspired from her idea.
You gave her the credit.
And I gave her all the credit.
On the news.
On the news platform that I got invited to myself in my hometown.
Right. Like you're... Come
where
on,
I'm
now.
born and raised from.
Let's be fair
What's funny
here,
is she put how she made it online too, right?
Correct. And there were other designers that were
she got
following,
that by now.
Yes, there was other people that was following her footsteps. They was like, okay, she did it, so let me do it. So
right, and it didn't work out.
You just was successful at it.
Correct.
That's what it
went
is.
Viral, and the crazy thing is they were there Sunday. My news interview was Tuesday.
I'm telling y'all, them newscats know what they doing.
So it was just like, all right. And people were saying like, dang, you work fast. And it was like, yeah, I wanted to pay homage. Like, yeah, this is a dope ass idea. Like other designers was like, dang, I wish I thought of that. But not wish I thought I profited off of that. They were wishing like, damn, like she's so creative.
Yeah.
Her mind, let me expand minds from her. So that's how inspiration goes with entrepreneurs.
Right.
And with people that is this passion, we don't look at it as, oh, this is how I can profit off for somebody else. We look as, this is how I can expand my vision for myself and my business. That's how I looked at it. So I had gave her credit from my first post. I gave her credit from the news. The news happened first, then my post happened second. My post is the one that went viral. I think it got close. It's like at 90,000 views over the jacket. Of course, because she set the trend and started it. She has the licensing from the NFL.
Yeah.
She because she started it, she reaped all the benefits from that, which is amazing
cool.
for her.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
and that's even for me being 10 years in the game, for me being able to produce the same concept that she was able to produce, I'm like, wow, like she is amazing for that.
Right.
And you have to admire that. For me, it was admiration and then inspiration, because it was like, wow, this can be done. Like, how can it be done like this? So when people turned on me, like my own city went from who can make it, and I'm like, I can make
help
it.
you out.
And it's like, oh well, you're charging too much and you're stealing the idea.
What's too much?
Yeah, what's too much?
What's too much? Like what is too much? So I charge $650 for my jacket, and the crazy thing is,
That's how much you would pay for a good jacket.
if you pay for a designer jacket, for a designer brand jacket, you are paying $6 up. Almost. If you get a Montclair puffer jacket,
a band. That's like a band 50. Yeah.
More than that.
I think they forget that it's not like batch produced or something
Correct.
like that.
It's like hours.
I don't have a factory. I don't have a manufacturer. I'm the one going and doing the fabric run trip, getting the fabric, doing the fabric run trip, doing the jersey run trip, because these are all purchased jerseys, authentic jerseys that I'm creating. Like this here is an authentic jersey. So when you go and pay those prices, it's $100 and up. Like, come on, y'all.
I don't know jerseys.
So it's like you got the jersey, the prices
$100.
of the jersey, the prices of the materials, zippers, threads. You have to factor in every single thing, and you have to also factor in your time. I'm not a beginner. I am in the point where I'm a professional in this, and I'm not saying that because I'm saying that from humble beginnings of me having to do those trial and errors, and
you deserve to charge
I've had
that
to
price
hustle to get where I am. So I got it out the mud. So yes, I'm going to charge you for not only my time, but I'm going to charge you for the authenticity of the jacket, the materials that goes behind it, how it presents itself, the hardware that goes into it, how long the jacket's going to last. Number one is the Chiefs are a 3-time
Super Bowl champ.
Like we've been back to back at this point. So it's like the value, how long, like this will last forever. Yeah. I'll be able to pass this down to my kids, they kids, or I pass it down. A lot of the things that I make myself, I keep because I'm gonna put it in a museum once I retire. But the Chiefs are a household brand, household name. Like we are world champions. So when you deal with that, you have to pay.
It's gonna be over with when Brittany Mahomes asks for your jacket.
People were saying like, we don't know how much she's gonna charge. Yeah, she was gonna charge more than me anyway, easily. And she has the NFL backing, the sponsorship, and the licensing. So yes, I can't wait to see what she produces in the collaboration that she releases, because
she hasn't dropped it yet.
No, she hasn't.
No. It's just all prep stuff. Just all what we've seen on social media.
Like she sold some for benefits of charity.
Yeah.
But she did exactly what a person that has an idea and profits off of it and has something as viral as that was. She did everything she was supposed to do. Yeah. So that's why it wasn't trying to steal our profit off of it. It was giving her her props. Yeah. And it was giving her her flowers because, girl, like, you cold. You got Taylor Swift, which is one of the what is she, like one of the most
top 5? I'll say.
Number 1 right now. Still,
I mean, number one, like she's her tours. Like
she is.
Like at one point, they were saying that she was doing like she's bigger than Beyonce, and
that's
I'm like, no.
Touring this year. This year touring, U2 is on tour.
Nah, you know you don't want to get in this debate with me because they know
this year.
Beyonce, I'm sorry.
Shit, I'm not gonna pull it out, but I seen it somewhere on the billboard. On the billboard, they do like weekly, and U2 is on top right now.
Yeah. So I mean, like everything that she did should be in a handbook for designers. Like when you have a item that is profitable and viral, and people look at it as something that they can wear more than multiple times, you pay. That's why for Montclair, Gucci, Alexander McQueen, the quality that you're paying for, it's not something that you're going to wear once or twice. It's something that you're going to be able to get you're going to wear 5 times and it's still going to look like the
Pass
first.
It down.
Correct. These are investments. So what I charge for my jackets, my custom jackets, are investments. These are pieces that people get to make. I customize the pieces myself, number one, and I put in custom embroidery. I put their names in the inside. So these are things. Yes, correct. Okay. So these are special to people, especially the huge Chiefs fans. So when she did that, and people were asking me for it, only did about 25 jackets during when Super Bowl was going crazy. I still have gotten them since then, but it hasn't been as heavy as it was during Super Bowl because that's when everybody wanted to rep the Chiefs. But people look at it as something that they are going to wear again. The season comes back around. You don't wear jackets all year round, but you can wear a jacket to a Chiefs game.
Yeah, cold. We
So it's like these.
Midwest.
And as we win, I told all of my customers, like some of them came with a Super Bowl patch after we won the Super Bowl. I said, we win another Super Bowl. You bring your jacket back.
I'll patch it on
another
there.
patch.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's just like you build these relationships because these are pieces that people aren't going to wear once. People are buying these to wear them multiple times.
Right.
And the crazy thing is how we have fans of so many different things. These people are die-hard sports fans that will spend
I didn't believe it until I came here. Yeah.
They will spend whatever on what they like. And just how fashion is our forte, sports is what people zone into. Like sports give people excitement.
Yeah.
And people be
Give people heart
wanting
attacks
to
They
too.
go crazy.
Yes.
They go crazy.
People, the Chiefs fans want to rep Chiefs. And because her jackets went viral, people want to wear those. Like that's how it differentiates you from different people. It's like how you was like, yeah, I got the viral jacket on. Yep. And like you a diehard
And
Chiefs
I got
fan.
my name in it too.
And I got my name in it too. So it went from inspiration to, well, let's buy your version. And it just went into Kansas City is my hometown.
Yeah.
And people are supporting their hometown.
Right.
By their
The money comes back here anyway.
hello. So it's like, no, I'm not going to stop doing what I had to get legal advice and everything. I had to change my website, how I was promoting. Like it went all the way
So
down
you
to
don't
the
get sued.
logistics.
You were saying
Correct.
you're not going to stop. Did she reach out to you or say anything about
So
it?
the crazy thing is that I haven't spoken about publicly at all. I had recently done a reel of the story because I hadn't talked about the Chiefs thing at all because I went straight from Chiefs to Prom, so I didn't have a breathing period.
Yeah.
I didn't really have the time to really sit and talk about what happened.
Got you.
And people looked at it as I stole from her, and that's why I had to get legal advice, lawyer, all that stuff. But after all that died down, I was able to make a video of me making my own. So after I made my own, the crazy thing is when I posted it the next day, she reached out to me and she apologized.
Oh.
I haven't told anybody that, but my
Yeah.
close circle.
Yeah.
But not publicly. She did reach out to me and apologize recently when I posted my reel. And she said, because so much was going on during that time, I'm thinking mine went viral, 90,000. Hers was worldwide. So she hadn't been
You
able.
had 90,000 orders?
No,
the
90,000
views.
views
The
on
views.
my
He's
video.
saying his was 90, but hers was the
Hers
whole
was
world.
million. Hers was the
Yeah.
whole world.
Yeah.
She was being sponsored. Her post before she was licensed, she was being sponsored. She was on the NFL page before she was even licensed. So she had already made it.
I remember those.
yeah.
Yeah.
So when
So she said sorry for what?
we missed that part. When mine went viral, she had reposted it and told her followers not to support it. That
Oh damn.
yeah, she was like, you can't sell it because you're not licensed. Don't support this. It's a scam. Because people were
That's gonna bash your
she
business.
said people were going back to her and saying, "Is this your jacket? Are you selling these?"
Oh.
So she made a post saying, "No, I'm not. Don't support. Don't buy it." It's
Basically
not licensed.
canceling you real
And she
quick.
was, yes, that she was. And she was telling
cancel
people,
the event.
wait on mines. I'm working it out on how I can get these to you.
She could have collabed with you low
She
key
coulda.
and cashed out.
She could have. But
It could have been big.
it could have been bigger than what it was because hers was viral, going viral, and then mine's was
Yeah.
viral. Because it was only a 2 or 3 day
Direct to
difference.
customer right here.
Hello. So when that happened, when I had posted my video of me making mines, I did tell my story because people thought I stole from her. And it's like, no, I got inspiration from my friend. I had a news interview 2 days later where I was commenting on her jackets going viral. So I was like, let me give her props. Like, this is cold. This is perfect. So when I explained all that in the video. I had a clip of my news interview. In my news interview, I had said the process of what it takes to make the jackets and how I was admiring, like I gave her props. I said she put in a lot of work is what I said. Yeah. And I put that in my clip and I had said the original designer, I was not expecting to put me on her social media. So at this point she had 1 million followers. I'm only at 17.
Like
she's
gone.
She's up there. Like
Yeah.
she was up there. She had already been doing them before the jackets, but the jackets sent her through the roof.
Right.
So she had my picture from my website of me in the jacket that I was selling, and she put it on her story and said, "Do not buy."
With the million followers.
For the million followers. When I'm thinking like I'm done gave her props. I done gave her like the post I made. I said inspired by on all my social media platforms. So when I seen that, I'm like, hold on.
Why are we doing this?
Like, what are we? Why are we going here? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
So it's like my city was already dragging me because how much they were, and then here she come like don't support it. So it was like I got all of that all at one time. And so when she did that, it made some people not support, and then it made other people support. So all the jackets that I envisioned to sell or I projected to sell during that time period, I did.
You got your bread.
I did. I mean,
Any press is good press.
Any press is good press. So, and that's when people were telling me, and I didn't understand from her. Like, I'm like, I tagged you. I said I was inspired by you.
What is it?
I spoke highly of you in my news interview when I got invited. So I'm like, dang. So when I did my recent interview, she was like, I apologize. I deeply apologize because I didn't know that's where your standpoint was. She didn't know that I was giving her props.
I don't even think she watched the video. I think she just seen the jacket.
She was just saying people started sending her my post, and she went straight into saying, no, these are not mine, don't support it. And she was telling her people to wait on it. So when I did mine and she got to see that I was giving her flowers and her props, she was like, I'm sorry. There was a lot going on during that time period. I did not know. I did not see any of your posts is exactly what she said.
Wow.
And she didn't go through them.
She didn't.
She just acted on impulse.
Like, and she said now that it has died down and I'm able to breathe, and because I didn't even tag her in the most recent video I did. But I did put her page, and she had me on a highlight since when was Super Bowl? February?
Yeah, February.
When we won, it was like January, and then we had the Super Bowl. She had me in a highlight that said, "Do not buy."
On the highlight page, on IG?
On IG. And you know when you go to highlights, you see
right there.
The highlight.
Yeah.
She had me in a highlight from Super Bowl up until just last week. So when I made my video, she said, I apologize. I did not see this is what your intentions.
We're going to need that public apology. I'm not even going to
I mean, some people have said that. But she said, because I did not see this, I deeply apologize, and I'm going to remove your highlight. And she said the fashion community, the sewing community needs to stick together. And she said, I deeply apologize. So because because my intentions were pure and genuine, I accepted it.
Yeah.
Of course, and of course I did. She was able to genuinely say what her intentions was behind what she did.
Right.
But if she would have listened, not rather than listening to what the public was saying and sending her and listen to the person, my thing is come directly to me. Don't go to what people are saying.
Yeah. Let's
because
talk.
Of course people are going to say somebody's stealing because they're going to think you riding away, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
But if you don't know where it originated from, then you are only listening to one side of the story.
Right.
So don't go to what your fans are telling you. Of course your fans going to say, girl, look at this.
Yeah, yeah.
The real people are going to say no, or the people that watch the news, the Kansas City
not what it
supporters are
is.
going to know exactly what it was. So I wanted her. Yes, she may have been overwhelmed with it being viral because it was, but still, before you drag somebody, before you judge somebody, see what caused, like what was the original standpoint.
Get both sides of the story.
Correct.
Yeah.
Both sides of the story. Don't drag somebody, because I did get some bad from it. I did get people saying sue him.
Yeah.
You gonna go to court and you're not supposed to do this. All of that. So it was like I went to getting support to. Okay, let me go back and get
from
legal
your own
advice.
people too.
Yes, like everybody. So it was like I wish things were done differently, but there are a lot of good things that had came from that. So I can't say I wish it was different. I'm happy that it went. I'm happy that she was able to realize, like, hey, okay, his intentions were pure. Let me apologize, because a lot of big designers, you either gonna go to court or they gonna take your idea and they gonna say deuces.
They gonna run with it.
They're not gonna say anything to you.
Yeah.
So she was able, even still having her following that she has, and still having my following. Whoever sent my video to her, because I did not tag her in my most recent video, it took her. Whatever her feeling was, she responded. So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But it's like, next time, girl,
we could chop it up
do
before
your
all
research,
this.
because there was some bad that come out of it.
Yeah.
But that's what a lot of things are getting recycled, even from 1800s, 1900s.
It's
When
coming
fashion
back.
goes, it
See the
always
flare
comes
out
back.
pants?
Yeah.
My mama had those
Everybody
in high
wearing
school.
them
Man.
now.
Everybody got them. Yeah, you
Flare
know?
pants, that's from back in the day.
Back in the day.
Back in the day.
Like,
that
way
trend is
back.
just getting started now.
It's
like
crazy.
Things get recycled, and it goes to who shows support or who is just trying to profit and steal it. And that's where you start to distinguish whose passionate is and whose is not.
We're just trying to get cash.
Whoever's passionate is, they elevate. The people that don't, they stay right there wherever that trend is. They profit off of that, and then that's it for them.
That's that consistency I be telling you,
That's
man.
a consistency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're not passionate, you're not gonna be consistent.
Heck no, it don't matter.
It don't matter.
It don't matter if I did try to steal her idea. She was coming out with the next best thing, still
Either
coming out with
or.
the next best thing.
Right.
People are still going to look at her as the originator. So it's like rather than me even get inspiration, you show your flowers to people
Right.
that you get inspired from in general.
Right.
And that's when it's coming from the heart. Like stuff like even y'all, like it's other podcasts. Like I'm sure y'all get inspiration from other people. And it's like we're not trying to steal from y'all. Like this is when you come from a part growing up where you had to hustle from nothing, you don't come in trying to steal from somebody that got it. You like, I'm inspired
I'm
by
gonna make
you.
it work. Yeah.
Let me give you your flowers.
I'll give you your props. You know?
Period.
Yeah.
And I'm about to show you how I can do it on my own.
Right, exactly.
And I'm about to go on my, like it's like on the highway.
Yep.
I'm gonna go my route. I ain't gonna follow you.
Yep. That's facts, man.
You got your logo in there?
My logo, yes. Yeah.
Can we see?
Oh, in this one. Oh no.
yours?
Okay, I just finished
That's
this
for you?
one. No,
Yeah.
I don't have. Oh, I don't have it in this one.
We gonna need to
Y'all
talk
put
off
me on
camera.
the
We gonna
spot.
need that.
Well, okay, but I can show this one off because
Yeah, I
you ain't
like
gonna
that
see
one.
another one like this because it's custom.
Yeah,
so
because
it's one of
this
them.
one's not on your page, is it?
No. I just
Yeah,
I literally
okay.
made this for this interview. I have never.
Stepping, man. You be stepping.
That's the crazy thing is I this is my first time making a vest. I've done jackets. I've done many jackets. Like I can do jackets in my sleep. I mean, but it's the same concept. You just don't got the sleeves.
Right.
But this is my first official jacket that I've made out of a Chiefs jersey. So,
It's hard, bro.
yeah.
That's hard.
And I think this is a Kelsey. It's a Kelsey.
Yeah.
And you don't see a lot of gray
The
jerseys.
gray and the reverse color. It's always the
So
red
I didn't
is
want to
the
come here and
dominant,
show off no white or black one. I wanted to come and show off the gray one.
Yeah. He was like, I'm
and
gonna
it was
show
my
y'all.
jersey anyway, so I'm like, I already worn my jersey. I'm gonna just turn it into something else. So that's
dope.
what people are doing. I had people give me their jerseys, like turn my jersey into a jacket. They got multiple wears out of their jerseys. It went from a jersey. You can make the crazy thing is she took a jersey and made it into a damn puffer coat that you can wear into the winter time.
Like it's
who thinks of that?
That's cool.
2 in 1.
That's really
It was hard. It was hard.
Hard
It
as
was
hell.
hard.
People
It was
were
hard.
like mind blown when you make something that is nationwide.
Right.
Like she can retire.
Yeah, she's set at this point. Now it's not.
Once it gets to that point, it's.
I'm not even gonna
that's
lie.
it.
I don't know who her husband is. I know who she is.
Right.
But
That's
he's a
exactly.
player.
And he's the NFL player.
He's the NFL player.
He's the
you know?
he's the breadwinner in the house, and I'm probably like she probably like no, I'm the breadwinner.
I got bread too. I got bread too,
Yeah,
baby.
so it's
Run
like
it
as
out.
a designer, finding your niche and finding something that you can call your own is like our graduation, you know. And when I make something that goes viral, rather if it's jackets, prom dresses, for me, I am living. That's my graduation because I didn't get to walk on no stage. So that for me is like my homecoming, my graduation. Every time I create something different, or for real, every time I see one of these prom kids smile and they happy and see how they going viral, and they are just like, I've had some prom kids say, thank you so much. Like, this is my dream idea. This is what I envision. So I'm living, like you said, living literally my dream or my graduation through all of these kids, through all of these moments. That's
dope.
why I keep grinding like every day. Like me even being, number one, being self-taught, you have to grind.
Yeah.
Or you just need to go work full time.
Yeah.
Like, doing something like this, you have to grind. You have to find new ideas.
Yeah.
You have to find a way to stand out from everybody else, or you just fall into the pattern.
You just join everybody.
else, and it's like, nah, I'm not.
So
I'm
not
doing that.
Yeah, you got to be different.
Yeah, it's
every
like
time.
you have to be unique in order for you to build a brand and build something that's household, because everybody wants to be a household name. And people don't think like that. Like, no, I don't want to be just in season. I want to be household.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
So
crazy.
what's life after that? though?
Downtime. What you
Downtime.
doing?
So
in
my
downtime.
downtime. Okay, so because I'm always so busy with designing and my mind is always thinking about what I can
On
create.
to the next.
Right. It's like my downtime is I like to watch TV for sure. I'm a Housewives fan. Like I'm not into like baddies, like what?
I see what baddies. Them girls is crazy, bro.
Crazy, like
I've been watching MILF Manor.
what is it? I don't even know. Where's that on?
I ain't heard that one. He the only person who gonna tell you he been watching something like that.
It's on HBO. It's like
It's a series.
yeah. So
Okay,
it's
okay.
like
MILF Manor.
people's moms,
Uh huh.
and they come on the show with their kids, and like the kids got to date other moms.
Oh well.
Ain't
Okay.
that crazy?
Yeah, so I'm into like Housewives, Housewives of Atlanta, Housewives of Potomac, all the things on Bravo Network. So I watch TV because I'm a homebody. I don't go out a lot.
Yeah.
I'm a little into the gym, sometimes not into the gym. I'm struggling staying consistent, which I hate.
You gonna get it right?
Yeah, I'm gonna get it right. But so TV, I'm always thinking of new ways to create something, even for myself. I may go to the gym here and there. I'm usually always at my store.
Yeah.
I'm
I was about
usually
to say.
always there because it's like because I have a brick and mortar, we've had our store for 3 years. We opened during COVID, number one. So we didn't really get to see the benefits of having a store until the last 2 years. Really the last
Where's the store
year.
at?
So we're in Grandview, Missouri,
Okay.
12036 Blue Ridge Extension.
That'll
Kansas
be in the
City,
caption,
Missouri.
y'all.
Yes.
Sir.
Grandview, Missouri, right across from Truman Corners. So we're not in the inner Kansas City. We're out south, but we're still like,
Yeah.
all it takes is like, I think it's like 15 minutes from the
Yeah.
city. But my store, I'm usually always there. If I'm not working, I'm there overseeing things, changing things around, changing mannequins and things like that. So my downtime is either designing, TV. I may go out here and there. I may get into the gym. I want to get into sports, different things. The apartment I'm at has a tennis court. So it's different things I want to tap into.
Yeah.
But I'm usually always zoned into my store.
That's the creative lifestyle. I don't think we
That's
actually
it.
have a downtime. If we
We're
think about it,
always like our downtime is
we were
when
supposed to
we're,
be
like,
on
doing
downtime
more
last
work.
weekend in Dallas. It was supposed to be downtime.
Man,
But then my girlfriend was like, "You seriously opening your laptop right now?" I'm like, "Man,
It's like
just- I'm seeing
it's
so
always
much.
on your mind. It's like, yeah,
You know?
you'll go out to eat. I do
Yeah.
go out to eat a lot. I'm an out to eater for sure.
Yeah.
Like, I'm food makes me I am.
I never heard that.
Yeah, out to eat her.
But no, like I go out to eat. Like food makes me happy. Food is my comfort zone. I'll go out and ride scooters. Scooters are fun, like the scooters downtown, stuff like that. But I'm not a huge clubber. It has to be a special event. I will go out here and there, but I'm not a goer outer every weekender.
Yeah, every weekender outer.
A goer
go out to
outer
eat
every
her.
weekend.
Go out
Weekender.
every weekend.
No, I'm not.
Have you gone out to eat and people are like, oh,
Good
that's
to see you.
Sharez.
Like, oh, the Sharez.
That's part of it every time. And I don't even want to, I hate even talking like this, but every time I go out, somebody is referencing me into something I've made or me being a designer. And I don't mind that at all. But since I'm a homebody anyway, that just makes me want to even be a home.
Like, I don't see me. Like, hype.
It's like a lot of the times, even when I was consistently going to church, people would ask me about dresses, and it's like I don't want to talk about that.
I just want to come listen to the word and
I
go
talk
home.
about dresses all the time. I don't want
Yeah.
to talk about dresses here. And it's like, well, what can you make me and the pastor? And it's like yes, and I'm not going to say no, and I'm not going to show any aggression. Like I don't want to talk about that right now because I be thinking that's rude sometimes.
Yeah.
And a lot of times you tell somebody that's not rude, they be like, no, you just don't want to talk about it.
Right.
You off of work.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm never off work.
Go mode on go
Yeah,
mode.
so it's like different places you see people and they know you from what your profession is, or they know from what they shown interest, like they are interested in you. So it's like, oh, well, let's talk about dresses. And it's like, no, there's more to me than dresses. So that's why a lot of the times I'd rather stay at home.
Yeah.
It's
dope, man. I'm just so glad you could make it to today's session, man. We're always talking fashion, so we love to.
Wait, how long have we been talking?
Hour
Okay,
30.
that's not bad.
That's
Okay.
good. Yeah,
That's good.
You know, that's what I say. Well, if we're talking fashion, we could go on.
We can keep
this
going.
rolling,
We could keep going like 2 more hours.
Go into the depth.
Yeah.
And we're planning to where we have the, well, I can't tell y'all this, but I'm gonna talk to you more about it when we get off camera. But every time we have a creative person come on, we just love to, kind of like our brains are all kind of connecting and learning from each other, different experiences and dealing with social media, backlash.
It's so important right now. Social media and branding and marketing from social media. People are making a living off of posting.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I didn't realize how, because we were into fashion, but I recently just started like, okay, I'm gonna do like fit checks and stuff like that on, and I'm like, oh, they sending you a check? Like, hold on, you know what I mean? Like, it's just crazy and it's changing, and hearing your story is so inspirational. And I really appreciate you for toughing it out through all the years and getting to where you are, because people are watching, people are looking up to you, people are learning, you know, and it's bigger than us.
Correct.
Yeah. We always say, "Oh, I'm doing this for me," but it's really bigger than us.
Yeah, and I didn't realize that until I hit 30. Was it's like, okay, you realize it's your purpose that is bigger than you.
Yeah. We should never let our surrounding the people that surround us, you know, affect our greater purpose. You know, because they make us selfish. When we start to say, "Oh, it's me, me, me," I'm not happy, I'm not doing it, but we forget there's someone in some country
doing
millions of miles away, you know, like just like watching your stuff.
Us, like you inspire us, and we might inspire you also some sort of way. So
Absolutely.
it's like that.
It's great to see.
Yeah,
I'm just
y'all
glad
coming
you
from
could
Ghana
come on.
and doing it here in Kansas. And it's crazy because it's like I would have never thought that y'all traveled this far, it's just crazy how it all has came about, and y'all have found y'all niche, and here y'all are grinding and y'all passionate about it.
I appreciate
and that's
you.
literally from you start. It's like faith is by mustard seed.
Yeah.
And it's literally starts from there, and you differentiate yourself. You differentiate yourself by being consistent and showing people, okay, we might be doing the same thing, but it's not.
It's different.
It's different.
Yeah, stay tuned.
So many different highways so many different highways.
Right.
There's so many different exits that you can go on a highway.
Right.
It's how
one
you
highway,
can think about
different
it.
exits, man.
Correct it.
Yeah.
And it's like, we do the same thing, but it's our different ways, and we can all make a bag.
Oh, easily. There's a niche for everybody. That's what people don't realize. There really is.
They don't know.
Like, there's a niche for everybody.
How many different people that are always tuned in? You have more viewers than you have or podcasters or networks or anything, designers. You always have more viewers than what they are interested in. So it's like, you gonna keep making the bag if you keep upping
you
yourself.
gotta stay in it.
Yeah, you keep
Gotta
going
keep
up
going.
on the level. You don't stay where you are.
Right.
Because of course you're gonna have the supporters that started where you are, but how do you attract different people? It's like you attract different people by trying new things.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Man, Rez, I appreciate you so much. This has been fun, y'all.
I know,
Shout out to all those who stayed till the end. You know, we always have couple of people stay to the end. They pick the gems, and you know, they send us. We've been seeing y'all's DMs and like all the good words that y'all been saying. That's love. We spread nothing but love here, and we really appreciate you guys, and we love you guys. And big shout out to y'all for sure. But,
shout out to y'all.
Yes, sir.
Sure, because a lot of us wouldn't be doing what we would not be doing if it wasn't for y'all. Like we are going to keep continuing to do what we're doing because of y'all. So.
Yes, sir. On the CruiseLine podcast, what we do at the end is we make the sound of the boat.
Oh my gosh. There's so many different boat sounds. So what
now
y'all about to
this
say?
one, it's the bougie boat.
We got the big boat.
All right.
So on 3, we're gonna make the paw sound. So CruiseLine family, I know y'all know what's up. But on 3, you ready, Rez?
Wait, so how does a bong sound like? Bong. Okay, I can do that. All right.
3, 2, 1. Paw. Yes, sir. That was
Let's
good.
go.
Yo, Rashafella, what's up?